back to Data Centers News Asia. James, I'm regretting not coming down to your office because it sounds like you've got quite a lot of background noise.
Yeah, well, I'm being the responsible parent on this public holiday and getting stuff done while I plonk my son in front of Toy Story. Toy Story 2, in fact.
Yes, being frank, I didn't want to come down to your office on a public holiday, and so happy Vesak Day to those who celebrate. I understand we have a sizable Buddhist following, so wishing you all a happy holiday.
Yes, happy holiday, everyone.
All right, we've got quite a few to get through. Two new projects in India, the launch of a long-awaited project in Jakarta. We've got some salacious gossip from AWS. There's some cable landings and some new office openings. So we'll fire at the data centers first, shall we? STT in India. What's the story here, James?
Yeah, so SCT India, they announced a couple of additions to their Pune campus. So they've got a Pune development, which hosts a well-known availability zone down there. They announced that they were going to be investing 2,000 crore, which we still haven't got our head around, but that translates to just under 250 million US dollars. They're going to be adding an additional 40 megawatts to this campus, bringing it up to 80 megawatts. It's going to be deployed over the next 12 to 24 months as per the release. And a couple of interesting other snippets, scalable to 140 megawatts. So should the particular client or another client want to get in this availability zone, they've got an additional 60 or so megawatts they could add to this campus. So another big announcement from STT GDC in India this time.
Yeah, Pune is turning into a little bit of a hub, isn't it? There's also a Microsoft self-build development there I saw, and we've reported on a couple of others there. Quite aggressive construction timelines I saw. They said they were building this in stages in the next 12 to 24 months. But that does seem to be the way, doesn't it? Once people have got their sussed out success in India, they seem to be able to really ramp up quite quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, STT have got STT and previously Tata have got a long record of building there. All the infrastructure is in place in this campus. So, yeah, hence they're able to get things going very quickly there.
Good work for STT. And speaking of developers who have really sussed out India, CtrlS, quite a small number investment here, but I thought interesting because I always had CtrlS in my head pegged as one of those, big cloud hyperscale developers. But this is one of their first edge centers in the state of Odisha.
Yeah, so this is interesting because, as you mentioned, CtrlS have done, I think they work with all the hyperscalers, have done build-to-suits across a couple of different cities, so they've been very successful in that regard. I've met with them, the team at DC Buy, not just me, we've met with them several times over the last 24 months, I suppose. They, amongst others, have got this plan to start serving these tier 2 cities in India, not just Mumbai, Chennai. This is one of these first edge style deployments that they've undertaken. It's funny when we say edge, it's still a campus of 5 megawatts, so it's not. Everyone's definition of edge is slightly different, but it's not an insignificant site. They mentioned that this particular site also has potential to become a hyperscale campus in the future. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this goes, because this kind of edge strategy is one which a lot of the operators in India are talking about. We are actually doing a piece at DC Byte where we're kind of mapping out which of these tier 2 cities, like once you take away, I suppose, the biggest 10 cities in India, which of these tier 2 cities are going to be most attractive for these edge style deployments. So we've literally just kicked off that project internally. But there's obviously some cities, a bit like China, where there's cities, 10 million people in the metro, which outsiders like you and me may never have even heard of. So there's a lot of potential for these kind of developments. CtrlS have got, as per the release, they've got 8 live sites, but on the DC Byte platform, I think we count another 11 developments, I think, that they have, including this one, in various stages. The CtrlS success story in India continues.
Yeah, absolutely. And so this tier 2 side of things, tier 2 cities, I should say, not companies, very interesting. So the opportunity to expand up to hyperscale. So location-wise, this is part of a development called InfoCity Chandrasekhar. Please pick me up in the comments if I have butchered that. And this is sort of between Kolkata and Chennai. Yeah, again, it looks relatively nondescript on the map, but it's huge development potentially coming here. So I guess it's kind of taking that bet and being a first mover, and then seeing if there's an opportunity to scale later. So I'm not a gambling man, so I'll steer away from the India betting table on this one. But I'm sure CtrlS know what they're doing pretty well. Um, we talked about some pretty aggressive construction timelines in India. I'd say that I'm probably not making any friends here, but this new launch is the Pure DC in Jakarta. I guess congratulations to the team for getting it up. There's obviously been a lot of construction challenges for a lot of people in Jakarta overall, but this one was originally slated for Q1 2022, I think.
Yeah, well, they held the opening just last week. This is a 20 megawatt development. Yeah, there obviously were construction delays, but I think this has been Jakarta is a challenging market. There's no kind of shying away from that. But yeah, like I said, it is complete now. They do have a client on board, and I expect this to be the first of probably many pure developments across APAC. Like they do have a significant pipeline globally. I believe it's around the 250 megawatt mark. So yeah, they'll be glad to have this officially open. I'm sure the client will be happy to get the IT load running through the facility as well. But no, I think this is worth congratulations because yeah, well documented, challenging project, but the project is now complete, and I understand various stakeholders are now happy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, although we're a little bit behind the originally set out schedule, that's not unusual at all for Indonesia construction projects, and a good first flag in the map or in the region for Pure, and a inaugural project for Logos as well. So more success stories to see from those guys, whether together or separately. Um, I kind of want to go into the gossipy story next because this one was kind of this was interesting. You said this. The the head of AWS's design planning and capacity expansion appears to have left the business. And I guess what's interesting is there's no announcement from Amazon, but this popped up on a controversial TikTok from I think a former employee.
Yeah, so I don't think it would be too prudent of us to. Well, I know we try and avoid speculating and then end up speculating quite a lot. I'm not going to speculate on what's happened here. I thought it was quite ironic that it was, I suppose, leaked or released on TikTok. But yeah, Chris has left his role. AWS have been pretty silent aside from confirming he has indeed left his role. Um, what this means for the business be interesting to see. May not mean anything too significant. Maybe there'll be a massive course change, but I think that's probably unlikely. So yeah, I would assume that they're in the process of hiring for someone at that role internally, I would guess, but maybe also looking at external candidates. Yeah, but one that has been in the rumor mill for a while, but now it's been kind of widely picked up by the various news and media sources that look at the DCs.
Yeah, I'm going to stop there because anything else I might say would be a bit more speculative. So we'll just wanted to I guess bring that one up. On to I guess this isn't so much speculation, but this is a bit of hype. Um, yeah, Nvidia's share price is up 25% just this month, and I think 150% last year, off the back of AI stories and chipset processing. And SoftBank just announced that they are planning to roll out distributed AI data centers across Japan using Nvidia architecture and technology. That's interesting to me because I had also heard some talk about AI data centers, but they were looking at low cost, large scale compute power. And this seems that Nvidia, that SoftBank are going in the opposite direction with lots of tiny, expensive data centers across Japan.
Yeah, it's interesting. Long may the Nvidia stock price keep rising. I was fortunate enough to get in about 18 months to 2 years ago, so I've done quite well out of it. So yeah, keep the hype train going, everyone. Buy more Nvidia stock. Let's drive the price up higher.
Yeah, no comment. The other couple, I think there's one that I'm missing here. Oh, sorry, the office opening. So we got a quick congratulations. There was two big office openings in Singapore this week. Vantage Data Centers and Linesight.
Yes, yes. So both of them had various parties. So Vantage's new regional HQ is open. I think 77 Robinson Road is the address, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, CBD Singapore, swanky new offices. I understand they've got 200 employees across APAC now, which is pretty significant from where they were kind of, I don't know, even 12 months ago or 2 years ago. And as per the release I saw on this, they have 80 or so roles open. So they are obviously, yeah, on the hunt for good people as their business continues to expand. So yeah, congratulations to all involved. Looking forward to getting up to see it soon. And then Linesight as well. So the QS firm, Irish QS firm, they again had a office opening again, new CBD location in Singapore. They had a bit of a do for the DC community on Wednesday, where it was good fun, good to catch up with people. The person who did our wine course, Rhys, was doing whiskey tasting as well. So a selfie with him I can show you. I can show you soon. So yeah, that was very good. Congratulations to both. Both obviously started off with just a handful of people, and now have got sizable presence and are involved in a lot of the big DC news stories that you and I are reporting. So yeah, congratulations to both companies, and long may your success continue.
I think both offices are actually on what's now becoming Data Center Highway in Singapore on Robinson Road, where we have most of the major operators that seem to be springing up on one or other side of that street. So
Yeah,
convenient
Yonder,
location for my office.
Trunk, Vantage,
PDG,
Linesight, and
Evolution.
FAQ, PDG. Yeah, yeah. Half a dozen
um,
at least.
Bit more remote, but new openings as well. Well, not new opening, new developments on the cable front. Just a quick mention. I do think this is a big driver for a lot of the ability to construct and landing points in Asia. So we've just mentioned India and Chennai at the top of the story. NTT's MIST cable has just landed. I think that was this week it landed, and that's MIST is Myanmar, Malaysia, India, Singapore transit. So creative naming, but yeah, another big cable development, largely backed by NTT Data Centers. And the other one was Google. This is Google, a consortium of Google, Globe, AT&T, and Chunghwa, and they're going a cable from California to Guam to Philippines to Taiwan, which is kind of colloquially known as the anti-China cable.
Yeah, well, no comment on that.
But yeah, big news there in terms of subsea developments, and this will continue to provide more connectivity into the region. I actually have a quick plug, which I normally leave these up to you, but I have joined the Nomad Futurist Foundation this week. Those of us who are eagle-eyed watchers of the show, I did an interview at PTC with Nabil, who is the CEO of the foundation. It's a fantastic cause. It's a non-for-profit organization established in the US, but now expanding globally, hence the Asia ambassador. And the goal is to demystify digital infrastructure by providing access to education, courses, training for more underprivileged communities or those who may not have considered careers in the data center or digital infrastructure industry. So quick plug from me.
Well done, Rhys. Big pat on the back for you.
Thanks, James. I appreciate that. It was sincere as well. That's what means the most to me.
Yes, exactly. Well, good stuff, Rhys. We better let people get on with their holidays. I'm sure we've got thousands of people eagerly waiting this on a public holiday. So yeah, I think that's it, and we're close to that 15-minute time limit.
Excellent. Well, I'll sign off to the sound of the crowd going wild in the background. Happy
Good.
Friday.
See you, Rhys. Thanks everyone for watching.